even like because it's another thing I was looking at, like the Cumberland poverty population and like
Mm-hmm.
the drug problem, and there's a lot of within a lot of small communities, there's drug problems as well. It's not just Cumberland, but is there anything like that we're doing to try and help the people through the?
I'll say this: there's the Union Rescue Mission, of course, is located right down there on Park Avenue, between Park Avenue and the railroad tracks. Pastor Zeiler is doing a really good job of trying to help the homeless, or at least to be able to help the homeless who want to be helped. And when I say he's doing a good job, it's because he's working to connect with all of the other organizations within the city, the social organizations like the Department of Social Services, like the HRDC, with the Human Resource Development Commission, and the Western Maryland Health System. So there's a strong group of people working together now to help get the resources to that part of our community that we need to get them to. And it's one of those things that it's going to be a constant. It's going to be a constant from now on, as far as people that are homeless, people that are having drug addiction issues.
Yeah.
And I think we're making some real good headway. When I say that out, my only reservation with that is, if you look at the statistics, the number of overdoses is down. The number of deaths is down. What concerns me is that the ready availability of Narcan is probably making the numbers look better than they really are.
So wait, are you saying there's like a shortage of Narcan?
No, it's readily available.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's readily. No, the opposite of that. It's readily available, so that to the extent that someone that's using the drugs is there with a friend of his, and his friend is got the Narcan in case something happens to him right there. So that you had an overdose that isn't getting reported by anyone. And I think and now that's why I'm saying the numbers may look better than what's really going on out there.
Yeah,
now, and when I say that, I'm not saying we shouldn't have the Narcan readily available. We don't want people to die, but I'm a little concerned about that. But I do believe that the rehabilitation programs are getting a better understanding of what it's going to take to get people off of the drugs and get them moving them on to a more successful life path. But it's not going to be easy. And you were right when you said that it's something that's everywhere. If you go up and down all of Appalachia, from New York to Georgia, in the smaller communities, especially down in southern West Virginia and eastern Kentucky, where like I said I'm from, you'll see that it's the same issues, if not worse, than we have here.
Yeah, it just seems to be a lot of small communities. I mean, it's also obviously bigger,
But I feel like it's more highlighted in a small community.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
I don't know if you have any, if you know about this, but I was told that when someone overdoses on whatever they overdose on, and the other person's there with them, they can call the police to come help, to give the Narcan to them, and the person who called the police, like, they won't get in trouble for having drugs. That's correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
All right. I didn't know if that was a...
Yeah, I mean, the main concern, and this is part of the issue, is that then that individual will refuse going to the hospital to get any type of treatment,
right.
And that's the real concern, is that you've got individuals that are having an overdose and you don't have a way of getting them the help.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Also, it honestly may be a little worse at the moment because of Corona, and everyone's being quarantined at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Really.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
and it's one of those things. If you look at it, quite frankly, during the month, the first week of the month, there's always a little bit of a rise in the number of overdoses, because that's when the money has been put into their accounts.